Hey everybody, this is Jason again. So it's a little chilly out today. I was gonna do some sawmilling, but I actually kind of want to get on the back on the barn, and it's a good day for it. Sawmill it seems to struggle through that hard frozen wood, so let me kind of catch you up to speed here. The barn's always been kind of a long-term project, and it's in good enough shape to save. I've done a lot of repairs and renovations, but I'm not going to do a whole lot that puts money into it. So for example here, the roof for the most part did not leak, and but there was a few leaks at the seams and stuff. So on this side, you see it's all been painted. I whoever painted it before let runs and everything like that. I'm not really too concerned about that as long as it's watertight. And this side is good to go. I painted all the actual seams with some silicone paint meant for metal roofing. So I got one side done, and then on the other side, I got to the point where I just need to apply the regular exterior paint. You can kind of see I did all the seams, and the seams where all the nails were. Got the silicone paint. The other, I guess, ripples, those are just with my exterior paint. The silicone paint is very expensive, but the exterior high quality paint isn't much cheaper. But yeah, I did that other side a couple years ago, and like I said, it's just a long-term project. I did go ahead and power wash these cinder blocks. I'll probably do it again before I paint. But on the agenda today, this wall here, this is the north facing wall, and you see some cedar posts here. That's going to be a center support for my deck. And right here where you see the plywood, that's a double door, so it'll be 6-foot door. And then of course the man door's over there. The deck's going to encompass the man door and the double door. It's not going to be across the whole barn, just not necessary. But what I'm doing tonight, right now, is leveling over from where the top of my ledger. So I've got my marks down there, and I'm cutting down my cedar post that I had put in here quite some time ago, and I treated those down below. You can kind of see that discoloration. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. And before I started that, I wanted to kind of see where this deck would end, because I plumbed this wall, and you can see, let's see if I can show you, this wall was big time out of plumb. And if you look at the fascia boards up there, those should be flush with the wall. That's how far I had to push it in. Now you might say, well, why don't you just kick out the bottom? Well, if I kick out the bottom, then that would put me off my foundation. Now that leads me to the next issue. Although this foundation is a cinder block foundation, and this building was built sometime in the early 1900s, because I know there used to be a house right there that we had to bulldoze, and it was built in 1882. So they may have built this maybe 50 years later. But now that the wall is plumb, if I can get a good angle here, you can kind of see I put a string line up. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. Yeah, well, I'll show you down here. The wall is not flat. So at the corners, it's good to go. But as you come in towards the center, so there I got 3.5. At 10-foot mark, I got 3 5/8. And then over here, coming from the other way, I've got 4 inches out from the wall to my string line. String line is straight. So instead of kicking that wall out on the bottom that far and putting some angle iron and all that kind of stuff, I just push the top in, and for my siding, it's going to be board and batten siding. So what I'm going to do is run some furring strips, and so this first one here will go from that corner to this right here, 10 foot, and it'll be furred out 2 5/8. And then from there, 2 5/8 to this spot, to my ledger, it'll be 4 inches. So I'll have some furring to do, some ripping to do down on the table saw. But I just figured that would probably be the least expensive way. And like, I am not going to put a bunch of money into this, like I said. This thing's been here for years. I already did some repairs that were pretty much sweat equity. Down here, I had to put new, Ivan, come on, new sill plates and new 2x10s, and I replaced all that because it was rotted out, and I tore out all the rot, and then I replaced that with 2x10 black locust treated. So that's not going to go anywhere. I'm pretty confident on that. And then inside, of course, I put a new man door. I haven't installed the 6-foot door yet. But inside, I had to level the entire floor. It was super wonky. I got a lot of junk in here now, but this is my wood shop, like I said before. But yeah, that was quite the chore. I had string lines going from, I guess, front to back. And it was just super wavy. I'm guessing this was probably like a hay barn, and they had maybe cows or some sort of livestock down in the basement, because there was a big cutout in the center, pushed hay down there. I don't know the entire backstory, but anyways, the point is, I leveled this entire floor. It's perfect now. I had to jack up the beams downstairs and shimmy everything out, but I had string lines going front to back, and I would just go every 4 feet, jack it up. My wife would tell me up top. So together we got her done. And all my tools, or a lot of my tools, are on casters, so that makes it real nice. When it's a clean floor, but it's just sawdust. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do right now. Today I'm working on the deck. I want to install the ledger, install this beam going across the post here. And then out here, I'm not sure if I'll run some concrete footings out here or just do some more cedar posts. I got plenty of those cedar posts. I got to be careful because I know there's utilities out there that we don't use. It's phone line and internet line, one and the same, I guess. But as long as I don't go too close to the driveway, we should be fine. So we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, I really like this barn. I mean, it's just lots of character, but no heat, no air conditioning. So it gets hot during the summer, it gets cold during the winter. So you just got to dress appropriate. Now, the ultimate goal is to have a wood burning stove in here. And when we bought this place, that old house had a really nice furnace. And it's going to take some massive heat in here until I get it insulated. But there it is. Brand new. I mean, this thing is, I had to move it out here. It's going to be locked up, but yeah, I can't remember where it came from. I want to say they got it at Northern Tool, but in the old house, they had an old furnace that went out, and they were going to install this and burn coal, because it burns wood or coal, which is kind of mind-boggling. The guy's 80 years old, and this was down in the crawl space, essentially, that he hand dug out. Interesting house. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm not going to put a whole lot more money into this. I will probably eventually insulate, but where I really want to spend my money eventually is the back of the barn. But back here, this old concrete's got to come out. They didn't put no rebar. It's like they just put it on and walked away. Maybe it was poured a long time ago. I don't know. But see, I built those double doors there and got them installed. Those are pretty nice. And I kind of want to do the same thing over here. So then I want to come out with either a carport or maybe just an extension of this Gambrel style, and be able to bring my skid loader or my excavator, my tractor up in here. My tractor could go in my container, so mainly my skid loader, or geez, I keep saying that, I traded that in, but my excavator. So yeah, I want to put all concrete back here, come out 30 feet, essentially 30 by 30 slab. Now the barn is 42 feet wide, so I'm not going to go that far, and I'll show you why. It kind of has a pretty good slope here. You might not see it on the camera, but it slopes down, so that would be a lot of fill to bring in, and I could probably bring it up from the woods, but then I get steeper through here, and that's where my sawmill is, and right now it's fine, you know, I can move logs around, so I don't really want to disturb that much. So if we can do 30 by 30, I'll be happy, and then maybe I'll just do like a little roof over that or something. Well, actually I'll have my double doors over here. Anyways, the plan is still coming together, and like I said, this is where I want to put my money. Tired of this. Although this concrete is probably better than no concrete. I usually have my travel trailer there. It's junk. I mean, I swear it moves every winter. You see it kind of heaving and whatnot. So I definitely want to get that replaced. And just run the concrete flush up to the bottom of those doors. There's a washout in the doors to the left, so that would take some doing to kind of square that up and level it. But so yeah, I'm going to get back on the deck here.